maybe mentioned when I met you at the conference that you just kind of put the TV in the vehicle as kind of an afterthought, and you weren't really planning on promoting it, and it really seemed to be the highlight of your booth. People were really interested in it, so.
Gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Riding with Jonathan. I am your host, Jonathan Larsen, and we are still in North Dakota, in Bismarck, and I am with Shawn McKenna from the NDANO. He's already got his sticker up there. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. This is a pretty cool van.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
It's a cooler morning. It's going to get warm today, but am I taking a left here?
Yes, sir.
And he's going to help me drive because I don't know where I'm going. And that's going to be good. So Shawn, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. So I'm the executive director for the North Dakota Association of Nonprofit Organizations. Been in the role for about a year now. We represent the nonprofits here in the state. We've got everybody from kitty rescues all the way up to hospital foundations that are raising big bucks out there.
So you're kind of just encompass all of them, all the nonprofits that are part of your organization. Then you guys put on seminars and things of that nature, just so other nonprofits can have the networking.
Absolutely.
Is that kind of it?
Yep. So we've got 3 core missions: educate, advocate, and connect. So educate, we do put on the seminars like you mentioned. We have an annual conference every year. We've got a couple of things on the horizon for 2026. We're looking to start doing some, we're calling them road shows. Basically, we're going to get all the nonprofits in a local community in a room together, get them a chance to network, have a little bit of an educational component. So yeah, that's new that we're looking to do. We're also doing some YouTube videos. Not as cool as a van like you got going on, but we're trying. We're going to be putting some of those out pretty soon. We're just talking with some experts in the field, finances, how we can help nonprofits do a little bit better job there, or I just chatted with a guy the other day about a disaster response and how nonprofits can help out on something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a few things in there. The other leg of the stool would be advocate. So we do some lobbying up at the Capitol here in North Dakota. Our legislative session goes every other year, so it's we're in an off year now, so we won't have a whole lot of action on that in 2026. But we are looking to build a little bit of a nonprofit caucus, I guess we're calling it, and get some legislators and some stakeholders involved, trying to make a difference.
Oh, very cool. How long has this organization been around? Is it a newer organization?
Nope, we are coming up on 30 years. Okay. 2027 will be 30 years. So, yeah, we're planning to go big for our conference that year in 2027. We're got some surprises in store. It hasn't been officially announced or decided yet, but we got some big plans in store.
All right, and that's where we met. I had a booth. I've kind of been associated with your organization. I pay my dues, is I guess what that means. But then it wasn't until I had a booth there that I really got to know you, because it's your first year and stuff like that. And through that, we kind of talked about, hey, if you ever get up to North Dakota, you would go for a ride with me. And it wasn't a couple months later, here we are living the dream, as much as we could say. So all right, so what is typical for a member? If you're a member, a nonprofit, then what is can you expect from your organization? Do I go straight here?
Yeah, you can go any direction. It's residential there, comes up to business that direction.
All right, we'll just meander around.
Yep.
So, let's say I'm a nonprofit organization and I'm kind of new in my position at that organization. What can I expect from being a member, or how should I utilize your services?
Sure. So yeah, we've got a pretty substantial website. We've got a lot of templates and forms on there, stuff that folks can really use to keep their organization in good working order. Bylaws, how to run a board meeting, all the various things that a nonprofit organization is going to come up against. We've got a lot of resources on the website for that. Then we've got the conference every year where we do some educational stuff, offer folks a real good opportunity to network, meet new people that, they could potentially help them out, collaborate, whatever the case may be. And yeah, so, we also have a fair number of associate members like yourself where, businesses that like to operate within the nonprofit space have an opportunity to interact with some of those nonprofits and maybe find a way to help them out.
Absolutely. And you have webinars as well that I've seen, again, so when you're not at the seminar, you could have learning opportunities that way.
Yep, we've got some of those. We're really working on developing more of that. And, we've got one conference a year, but we're looking to fill some additional space in there without having to travel all around the state. As you saw, even from Bismarck to Fargo, it can be a long day.
It was a haul. I'm not well, and then I'm pulling this, and this is kind of my baby, and I was a little worried about it, but it does get to be a lot. And then you got people in Minot, all over the state. I mean, everybody's there, so it's nice to be able to connect over the internet when you can. Still, the in-person, I mean, that's where you make those connections. I've met a lot of people just at that. And so you're going to do this YouTube, and you're going to have your own video library kind of. So is that so they could search if they have a question on something? The idea is hopefully that there's an answer right there on your website.
Yep, a lot of the videos themselves are going to live on YouTube just for space reasons, but
yeah.
We do have currently a lot of resources on there now, and we'll probably have a directory of what's available on the YouTube channel. So hey, you're looking for this, pop over to YouTube and you can find it there.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, we're just, I don't know where I'm at, but we're somewhere.
I mean, if you're just looking to cruise, we can just keep going this way. You're going to come to a fairly larger road that way. You can go straight, and then we can maybe find a way to just come on back.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so what did you do prior to this then? What was your...
So yeah, I've had a few different jobs. Prior to this, I was in property management.
Okay.
Did that for 3 or so years. Don't recommend it. It's kind of a tough business, A lot of folks, sometimes they're up against it. They don't have the rent money, and I'm not one to be strong-arming anybody, so I had to move on to that. This job came available, and it was a lot more appealing. Prior to that, I was in banking, and then prior to that, I was a stay-at-home dad for 6 years.
Sweet. That's what I did for a while.
Very cool.
As well. So, all right. So we got the nonprofits. You're helping them out. You're utilizing. You're creating more services for them, networking for them. And then what else? What else would you say is just very, just a tool that you guys offer that maybe people don't know about that is underutilized?
Well, it's really the advocacy part, the connection, to the state capitol. We're really looking to bolster that come next legislative session. We've obviously been doing it for a number of years, but it's just one of those things where I'm one guy. I'm basically the only full-time employee, and I'm not even quite full-time at this point. We're working to get that happening as well, but so we really want to hear from our membership what they're looking for out of our advocacy up at the legislature. I gotta stop saying advocacy. I don't know, that doesn't exactly roll off the tongue there.
No, you said it so many times, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty brave to keep saying that word.
Well, I gotta find the guy who put it in the mission statement back 30 years ago and have words, I guess.
Some words are just tricky like that.
Yeah.
Like you have to think about before you say, and you're just like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna come out right. Okay. So you got the advocacy, the networking is huge. I mean, and that's, everybody's looking for that because there are, in this role of nonprofits, there is some turnover, and there are some people that get into these positions and they don't really know, hey, what do I do? What should I be doing? Stuff like that. And it is nice to be able to have a place where you can meet other people in like positions and just kind of brainstorm and talk about stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, connections are huge. You could sit behind your computer screen and stare at somebody through a Zoom box, but you really got to get out there. You got to talk to folks on the phone, and that's how you're gonna make those connections. You can do all of it on the phone and on the internet, but it's not the same. You really got to get that face-to-face time, and we're really looking to try to start offering that a lot more.
All right. I'm looking for. I had a road I wanted to do. I might go out there and go into that other neighborhood. Oh man, there's a lot of people out walking. Nice day.
Yeah, this is I don't get up in this neighborhood a whole lot. I live basically on the exact opposite south-west corner of town. We're pretty much northeast here.
Yeah, we're kind of just going where we can, just to stay close to home. All right, so what has been the one thing about your job that really just like, wow, it's just your favorite thing to do as far as your job goes that you've seen?
Well, it's not the one thing that I like, it's the variety that's really, appealing to me. One day I'm editing a YouTube video, the next day I'm on a Zoom call with some really neat people, the next day I'm at the Capitol building. So it's the variety that really I dig.
So it's not, every day is not the same kind of a day.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd go nuts if I had to sit at my desk all day and crunch numbers like an accountant or something like that. Yeah. I don't think I could handle that.
No, it's like my job. My favorite part is going out and doing the events. I do a lot of consulting, but I can do that from anywhere.
Yep.
And then now I'm driving my bus around and interviewing people, and that's pretty cool.
I like that.
Yeah. So, all right. I had another question, but now I lost it. But all right. So you're doing this. You got your advocates. No, not your. I'm not going to say that word now. You have what am I? As far as a member, my associate
You're an
member?
associate member.
member. Okay, so what does that do? What are the benefits of being an associate?
Basically, it gets you the opportunity and gets you out in front of some of the nonprofits that are, interested in partnering with groups. So you consult with nonprofits, you consult on events, that sort of thing. We have a directory on our website of our associate members, and they can look on there and go, hey, I'm setting up this gala. An auctioneer would be pretty neat at this next gala.
Yep.
Oh, Jonathan's a member of the NDANO, so let's give him a call and use his services. Versus some random guy, if they're a big NDANO supporter, they would want to support the organizations that are supporting us, I guess.
Okay, so that's available to any company basically that works or services nonprofits. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily have to service nonprofits, but it seems like a logical fit if that's where they're looking to. If they're looking to partner with us, that they probably have some interest in working with those nonprofits.
All right, yeah, because I obviously do, but I'm from South Dakota. You guys are in North Dakota, so that doesn't really matter because my service area is all over the place. I go wherever, and so it's a good fit for me. And I like coming up to Bismarck, and I like coming up to Fargo, and I have quite a few clients up here. You ever been in this neighborhood before?
I don't know that I have.
It's a sleepy little neighborhood we're in, and you'll see on the video. It's just a nice, hidden little place that I just kind of like cruising around in. It's just very quiet. I don't know if I'll be able to find it ever again, but
you're probably the loudest guy in this neighborhood with this old guy.
Yeah, they're probably like, that's an old car. There's a Weimaraner, so hey. And so, all right, so you got the associate members, you got the other members, and then you have the networking and stuff that's going on, and your favorite part is just getting to do all sorts of things and wearing a lot of hats.
Yep, my favorite part is the connection part of the mission statement. I've lost count of how many people I met. Just the other day I chatted with a lady on the phone out of Fargo, and we had a half-hour conversation just about all kinds of random stuff, and she was at the conference in 25 as well, and she's like, yeah, I meant to come talk to you, but you were running around like a crazy person trying to keep everything in line, so I didn't get a chance. And so I'm like, oh, that's too bad. I was hoping to connect with everybody, but obviously you can't do it when there's 150, 200 people at a place. So
yeah, it was a good conference. And as far as conferences go, I'm not just saying this because you were in here, it was one of my favorite ones as far as people being able to connect with other people and good speakers and things going on like that. You know, sometimes you go to these and they're so big and they have so many breakout sessions, and then you're torn between like, which one are you going to go? These bumps are going to come out really loud in the video. So this is kind of a bad road right here. Sorry guys. You know, but on this one, since it was smaller or more manageable, like you weren't missing out. You had the breakout sessions were in a way that it was like, oh yeah, I can go hear that one, and then if you didn't get to one that you wanted, you could always visit with them and talk with them afterwards. Left?
I think you go up to that stop sign,
yeah.
and you go left, you'll be able to get out of here.
But now we're lost in this little neighborhood. But
yeah, we were pretty mindful about you know, building in that extra time for folks to get together and network a little bit. You know, we wanted it to make it worth the vendors' time as well to come out. You know, we don't want you to sit there and stare at each other. So,
yeah.
But yeah, as far as the breakout sessions and the presentations, we really focused on local talent. I think we maybe had one, maybe two people from out of state that were there as presenters, and the rest were all from North Dakota. Pretty sure that's going to be the plan for 2026 as well. Just folks like to hear from folks that are doing it right here in the state that are their friends and neighbors. You know, you can bring in somebody from Texas or wherever to talk to you about board management, but it just doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
You wanna hear from folks that are doing it right here in North Dakota, and you know, we really plan to try to do that again here in 2026.
Well, it just makes them seem more attainable or approachable, even. Like that way, you know, if you have a question, then you could reach out and call them easier if they're more local. Sure. And it's down this road. So, all right. And I had a good time. I was, like I said, I had a booth. My son and I went, and I met a lot of people there, and that's the whole reason I'm on this, is because of the people I met there, between you and Jason, who I've mentioned several times in my videos, and I have a video with him. You guys helped set this up. Like when I said, hey, I want to come to North Dakota, shoot some episodes, and you were like, all right, how many do you want? And then you guys got on there and made it happen.
Yeah, I mean, your son was the star of the conference for sure. Everybody was he had the matching jacket with you, and oh yeah, it was pretty special. Yeah, I mean, I think you maybe mentioned when I met you at the conference that you just kind of put the TV in the vehicle as kind of an afterthought, and you weren't really planning on promoting it, and you know, it really seemed to be the highlight of your booth. People were really interested in it, so yeah, I think it's a great idea, and you know, another one of those ways to make connections.
Absolutely. And so that's what I'm kind of doing, is getting to know more people in the area. But yeah, I brought it, but I wasn't going to show it because, well, not too many people from up here get down to Sioux Falls in a time when I can film these. And then so many people were like, oh, I'd do that, and here we are.
Yeah. And
again, that's how your organization helps a lot of people and connects a lot of people. You know, I feel like just even something like this, you guys were able to be like, hey, we'll reach out to our members, see if it's something that they'd be willing to do or interested in doing to, you know, enhance their presence on, you know, YouTube or social media or whatever they want to do. So
yeah, it's just a neat way to connect you with them, and our members, help our members get their message out. I mean, we've got, you know, folks all across North Dakota, Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and you know, when you said you were coming to Fargo and Bismarck, I'm like, well, I know a lot of people in Bismarck, and yeah, 6 or so emails later, we got you a full day.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, that's absolutely great, because this is what I love to do, is learning more about, you know, what everybody does and, you know, their organizations. We get to learn so much. I think that's where I think
this will get you out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around one more loop. We'll just go see what's up here. This is a nice little neighborhood too. And I keep hitting third gear, second gear, right there. It's tricky, you can't, the second gear is almost too low, third gear is too fast. So that's what I would say, is just like there's a lot of organizations out there that you can be a part of, but not all of them really do what they claim to do. Like I feel your organization does. You know, it's that connecting people with the right people and having the services, having the education, having the good seminars, and just, it's not so big that it's just like so vague. You know, you go to some of these conferences and it's just, they're trying to cover all the bases, and then you get there and you realize, well, that didn't really apply to me at all. Like, I didn't get much out of it. Whereas with yours, and it's being local people, like you get to know them, and so you can work with these people more and more down the road. So
yeah, I've been to a few conferences, and you're like, who is this content for? I don't quite understand what we're doing here. I mean, I'm sure it's for somebody, but it's not necessarily what I'm looking for. And
yeah,
you know, I get it. It's hard to build a conference and, you know, put together content that's going to appeal to everybody, but some of it is pretty niche, and it's we try to keep it pretty broad with our events and make it apply to as many people as possible, and while also being useful and not just, oh, here's, you know, the basics. We try to make it so it's people get something out of it.
You're not just putting on a conference to put on a conference. You
Right.
want people to attend, you want it to grow, you want it to get better, and that really shows on that. I wonder if I can pull over. We're gonna do rapid questions.
Okay.
This is a, but I can't do it here because I think the sun's gonna be in our eyes and it's gonna be weird. So we gotta go up here. So this is a new segment that I started. A friend of mine, and I'll say her name for a while, Erin, she came up with this, and it's just kind of a fun little thing that we do. So I'm gonna turn this off so it's not so loud, and then I'm gonna get my sheet. All right, and so I'll ask it, and then you just say, and some people do it rapid, and some people like take a long time, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, first one, is your bed made right now?
Never.
Okay. What was the best decision you've made in your career, for your career?
Probably taking this job.
Okay. Good. What is your coffee order?
Don't drink a lot of coffee, usually black.
Okay. The last 4 people that I've interviewed have been the same.
Really?
Black. Yep. Just, that's what it was. So do you have a Starbucks name or a name, like when somebody says, what name can we put that under? Do you have like an alias, like a fun one that you leave?
No, I try to shop the local ones.
Okay.
Local coffee shops versus the big Starbucks chains.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Ooh, Star Wars.
Okay. The old ones or the
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. All right. I gotta, you know, because I grew up with like the original, which would have been 4, 5, and 6.
Yep.
And the other ones, they're just not as special to me, I guess. Okay. Karaoke song. What's your favorite song?
I don't do a lot of karaoke. I'm
But if you were to sing one,
maybe something Johnny Cash.
okay. You don't have to be good at it. You don't even have to ever do it. It's just like if it did arise.
It's been years, but I have done it. I stopped drinking a couple years ago, and that maybe put a halt to my karaoke career.
It puts a halt to a lot of that craziness, I think. Favorite CD or album in high school?
Oh boy, what did I listen to a lot of? CDs weren't really a thing when I was in high school.
No, that's why I have to change it to album.
Oh boy, I listened to a lot of rap. Dr. Dre, The Chronic, I think was my jam.
All right. What was your first job?
I worked at a gun club. I was the guy that put the clay pigeon targets on the throwing arm.
Oh, so you were down in that little hut.
I was in the concrete pit. Yep.
And then it was just dirty and dusty and
gas-powered thrower. Yeah. They had us in there. Probably was an OSHA violation, I guess.
I guarantee it was at that time. Okay, morning person or night owl?
A little bit of both. I can do either. I can get up. It doesn't bother me, and I stay up. You know, try to get to bed now because I'm getting older, but.
Okay. Favorite type of work bag?
Backpack.
Okay. Favorite meal?
Steak.
And what's your most irrational fear?
Getting cancer, I guess. I've been thinking about that too much lately. I've had some folks that I know getting it, and I'm like, oh, it's coming for me.
Yep.
I don't know why, but it's. Yeah.
Okay. What's in your trunk right now?
My kids' hockey gear.
All right. That's good. And favorite month?
Probably February, since it's my birthday month.
Well, a lot of people pick that. What is one thing you wish you enjoyed more?
Exercise.
Yeah, I can see that. That would be something that I would Wish I enjoyed more. And which shoe do you put on first?
Left, always.
There you go. There you go. That's rapid questions. What do you think about that?
That's
Is
a
that
good
fun?
segment. That's fun. Yeah, I like that.
That's kind of one of those things that they're easy questions. I had one lady, and she was like, she was kind of nervous because she thought I was going to ask trivia questions. And I'm like, no, these are all questions that you should know, and if you don't, nobody else knows, and you can just say anything. Yeah, because I mean, I'm not going to challenge you and be like, are you sure that's your favorite movie?
Right.
You know what? Oh, how would you say that? You know, and so yeah, it's kind of just an interesting thing to see what people do. And the shoe one, again, like nobody's ever asked you that question, and that's funny. And most people know right away.
Yep.
Like they're like, I never think about it, but I knew right away what it was. So, and then I had to change the CD album, you know, because yes, everybody's in a different place. Like some people now, it's like digital music. They're like CDs. What is that? You know, and I grew up in the generation of tapes.
Yep.
And then we moved into CDs, and then we had to go to digital, and now we have to pay a monthly for, you know, yeah, it's just crazy.
People are going back to vinyl.
Yeah, that's
I never really got into that, but yeah, people like it.
It's supposed to be the purest form, I think, of the music. I don't know.
I think it depends on the quality of your equipment.
Yeah, I really think so. So if you just get a $40 record player, it's probably not going to be the same as if you really spend the money and get good speakers and equalizers and amplifiers and all the good stuff that goes with it. So, is there anything else you would want to add? That we've talked about a lot of different things, but is there something you're like, hey, I think people should know this?
You know, I think we got us pretty good. It's just a matter of, you know, whether you're connecting with us or connecting with somebody else. I'd go right here if you're...
Oh, yeah, because that's...
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to, you know, be successful, it's just a matter of connecting. You know, you can sit in your office all day, but you really got to get yourself out there. We've got a new board president who you interviewed just yesterday.
Okay.
And he's really helped me get out of my comfort zone and, you know, get out of my shell, or whatever cliche you want to use.
Yeah.
And, you know, give me that kick in the back seat that I need to be more confident, you know, be more comfortable speaking to people. It's really important. You just can't hide in your office. It's really, it doesn't work out well for you.
No, this is where the action is. You got to get out. And we surround ourselves with busy work. I do. I shouldn't say we, but I can bury myself in details and busy work and not really work on what I should be working on, which is big picture stuff and meeting with clients and stuff like that, where I can just kind of be like, well, I got to do all this and shuffle papers. But in the end, it's getting out there, meeting people, having conversations, and just being like, how can I help them? You know, what can I do? What are their needs? And just kind of looking out for them as well. So,
yeah, one of the things I started doing is I started shooting out emails just to random people that I'd like to make a connection with that I have no connection to.
okay.
And, you know, just shoot your shot, basically, to try to make that connection. Most of the time it gets ignored, but hey, you know, 1 out of 3 times I get that meeting, and, you know,
Yeah.
I got one coming up in a couple of weeks here with the head of a state agency. Just randomly threw an email out there. I heard him on a different podcast. I'm like, well, I'd like to connect with that guy. He's got, you know, some interesting things going on. I want to try to meet this guy, and shot him an email and got me a meeting.
Nice.
Taking chances, I guess.
And that's what it's about. I mean, it's just, when it comes down to it, the worst thing they can say is no.
Right.
You know, and then...
Or ignore you.
Or ignore you. And really, that's not so bad either. It's just like, okay, now we know. We don't have to worry about that. So, we're going up a really big hill.
This is a big one.
This is, I don't know if I'm going the right way. Probably not. But
Well, you're going to come to a busy street up here.
all right. So, we're going to end on this hill. Shawn, I thank you very much. It's been great visiting with you. Thank you for helping me line all these up. It's just awesome that we could do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Later.